I'm Tony Polecastro, the instrument buyer here at the Old Town School Music Store, and we're going to be talking about the Wechter shearhorn line of resonator guitars, dobros, also commonly known. We picked it up very recently, which is why we're so excited about it here. So I'd like to go through the models and show you what they sound like and talk a little bit about how I met Abe Wechter and how this whole thing came to be. Here at the Old Town School Music Store, we're big fans of bluegrass, and well, at least I am. And I'm the instrument buyer, so by default we have a lot of bluegrass instruments laying around. And about 2 months ago or so, in March, there was a bluegrass festival in Naperville. I had a chance to meet with a gentleman named Abe Wechter, the owner of Wechter Guitars, and we talked for a good 2 hours about his line of guitars and basically what he saw as the future of the resonator guitar, and he seemed very, very excited about it. And it's kind of contagious, and after some phone calls we decided to carry the line of his square neck resonator guitars. We're very, very impressed with the Wechter shearhorn line here. They're extremely responsive instruments, really loud, and really in the category of probably the best bang for your buck in that type of niche marketplace. There's not a lot of players out there, and there's not a lot of instrument availability, so here we're trying to kind of go across the whole spectrum of entry-level dobros and square necks to the highest of the high end. After playing them and feeling how responsive they are and how well made they are, I was a fan immediately. And then Abe went on to tell me that Tim Shearhorn worked with him in this project, and Tim Shearhorn's one of the leading resonator makers in the market. He's kind of like the pinnacle. His resonator guitars are extremely revered, and his backlog for making a custom instrument is probably like 5 years. So he teamed up with Abe to design these guitars, and they feature a lot of things that are common to the actual USA Shearhorns. So what Abe does is he has his guys in the Michigan shop set them up to Tim Shearhorn's specifications, including the internal baffle, the hard saddle, the ebony capped hard saddle, a different spider and a different cone to make them have that shearhorn sound for not exactly the shearhorn price, but they sure do sound great. So the Wechter shearhorn dobros feature an internal baffle, which is a plexiglass, basically a plexiglass sheet or a baffle that reflects the sound up towards the top of the instrument. Also, Tim Shearhorn helped Abe design the sound post design, which is very similar to a violin, in that there's sound posts kind of surrounding the cone that link the top and the back so they can vibrate in unison. These particular instruments, the Wechter shearhorn models, are made in China and set up in Paw Paw, Michigan, the Wechter shop. What their whole aim was in this whole project was to make an instrument that for an entry-level player you could get a great sounding instrument and not have to pay, you know, $4,000 or $5,000. Those instruments are well worth it, but to a beginner you don't always want to put that much down when you're trying out a new instrument.